Hello and welcome to Breaking News episode number 6, and this one's going to be an update on Robert Kubica, who sadly was injured just before the start of the 2011 Formula 1 World Championship season. So this article is by Andrew Benson, the chief F1 writer at BBC Sports. So I thank him for a really nice, tidy, clean article, easy to decipher, and yeah, you know the regular drill. I'll look at it, give my take on it, have a bit of fun with it. So, let's get into it. Right, so the article basically states that they've given Robert Kubica access to their F1 simulator, which is a great thing that'll help him get back into the sport now. I've got a quote here from Robbie. Unfortunately, my F1, not career, but my F1 story got interrupted, so I found rallying was the best option to slowly come back. This year was what I was looking for, and for what seems to be it, he seems pretty happy doing that, and hopefully he actually just only uses it as a step to get back into Formula 1. And then we'll see him back out there doing those really, really quick laps that he used to do. And Mercedes said that offer him a spot. Lotus would offer him a spot, and I think the only thing Robert Kubica needed to be one of the top guys in Formula 1 was a good car. Sauber was good when he was at them, then when they started to fall off, he made the right choice. He was a very smart driver on contracts as well. He made the right choice and moved to Renault when they were coming up after their poor year as ING. Now that they're rebranded as Lotus GP, he's probably looking to get a drive there, but Mercedes is looking at his best option. But back to Lotus. Lotus have said that they'd happily give him a spot, because that was Renault, where it would have been in 2011 that he didn't have the accident. So, Ferrari have also stated that they would give him a contract in Formula 1, because that's no secret that they admire his skills. It is important to note before I go any further into giving my take on it that Kubica is still unsure if or if not he'll be able to go back into Formula 1. So that's just one thing, just quickly make that clear. So now it's my take. I know a lot of F1 analysis, if you don't know what that is, someone like me, are a bit questionable about Robert Kubica's driving before he had the injury, and if he's going to be able to keep up the same standard when he came back. Well, when he comes back, actually, because he hasn't come back yet. Bit of a grammatical error using different tenses at the wrong time. But usually my grammar's pretty good, so dong, smack myself in the head for that. My take. I've never actually questioned Robert Kubica's abilities behind the wheel. I've always been a fan of him. Nice, clean, tidy lines, fast laps, and obviously that win in 2008's Canadian Grand Prix, holding out that year's world champion Lewis Hamilton in what was an epic race. I've never actually seen the full race, but I saw a few clips of the end of it, and from different angles, and they all look really nice. And as I said, I've never actually questioned Kubica's abilities in a car. I actually do enjoy watching him drive. It's quite a fun experience to have just that simple driver, just a man that sits there, focuses on the job, and doesn't get confused by anything while driving. He's actually quite smart in the car as well, which is nice to know. And if he did come back, I would support it, because after that crash in 2011, his right wrist was partially severed. So that's, if you don't know what that is, that's sort of like a massive cut that almost took his arm off, which would have been kind of sad for him, not to be able to drive again. But hey, that didn't happen, and he's still able to drive in the European Rally Championship. So I hope he does well in the ERC. I think he's also driving WR2C, which is what it used to be called. I think it was called the J or PWRC a few years ago, before I changed those to WR2C and WR3C. So he's got a mixed schedule going, trying different circuits, different surfaces, and a lot of it's going to come down to that. How does he go at high speed on the asphalt, which they do in Formula 1? So, as always, see you next time, and hopefully I'll have, grade that's a little bit more up to date, but of course it's always important to keep tabs on Ninja Start. Some people have probably even forgot about Robert Kubica as a Formula 1 driver. I definitely haven't. Though that's one thing, I've never forgotten about Robert Kubica. I've been just hoping for his return, and if it does happen, it does happen. So, yeah, that's about it from me for this week. I'll be back with the Spanish Grand Prix if I have time, because it's Mother's Day week. So I'll use this as sort of a fill-in. As that event's a major occasion for most families. So I'll probably be doing things with mine, as you probably would be doing with yours, and just hanging out with them. So, as I said, this would probably be a fill-in from the Spanish Grand Prix, which is next week. But if I can do a Spanish Grand Prix, I want to see if I can find something on maybe Lotus, Force India, Sauber. Anything I can find, I'll do it. But that's it for me for episode 6. I'll be back for episode 7, and just as always, I'd just like to thank BBC Sport and Andrew Benson, the chief writer there, for a nice, well constructed article. So, see you guys next week. Oh, how rude of me. I almost forgot to say, get well soon, Robbie.